She called me at 2:17 a.m. Her voice was trembling, but not from guilt, from fear. "You're not here," she whispered. "Where are you?" The silence between us stretched. I could hear her breathing, sharp, quick, like she was realizing something she couldn't undo. I didn't answer, I just listened. To the sound of her loneliness, echoing through the same walls she once claimed felt too quiet without me. When she finally hung up, I was already sitting in the car outside the house, lights off, engine silent. Through the window, I saw her pacing, wearing my shirt, the same one she used to sleep in after her emotional nights. She'd said it so casually 3 weeks ago. "You don't understand, I have emotional needs." And I had smiled, just enough to make her believe I accepted it. Now, she looked around the living room like she expected me to appear from the shadows. But I'd already left her world. All that remained were the ghosts of her words, still circling the house like dying moths. It started with her distance, not physical, emotional. The kind that creeps in slowly, like a quiet fog. Her laughter became timed, her touches rehearsed. And every time she said, "I love you," it sounded like punctuation, not feeling. Then came the late nights, study groups, colleagues, networking events. Each excuse carried the same faint perfume that wasn't hers. I didn't accuse her, I watched. Because silence frightens liars more than anger ever could. One night she came home later than usual, eyes bright, skin glowing, the way guilt sometimes looks when it's still fresh. She kissed my cheek and said, "You're quiet tonight." I looked at her and thought, "You have no idea how loud quiet can be." Her phone buzzed that night. A message preview flashed before the screen went dark. "Can't stop thinking about you. Same place tomorrow?" I memorized the number, said nothing. She turned to me in bed, whispered good night, and fell asleep instantly, like people do when their conscience is light. Mine wasn't. I became an observer in my own life. Every detail, every movement catalogued. I copied the number, ran a quiet trace. Business contact, married, 2 kids. A predictable man with predictable secrets. It wasn't the affair that hurt, it was the performance. The way she smiled over breakfast like nothing was wrong. The way she touched my shoulder while stirring her coffee as if routine could erase deceit. So I began my own act. I told her I was working late, that I'd be unreachable. And she believed me, because trust blinds fools faster than love ever could. I followed her one night. She didn't even look back, just walked straight into his car. Same perfume, same smile, same betrayal. I didn't confront her. I waited, collected every message, every call, every digital confession. And when I finally had everything, the photos, the texts, the receipts, I printed them. Not to expose her, but to free myself. She thought she was hiding a sin, but I was building a monument to it. The truth came quietly, the way truth often does. No dramatic reveal, no screams, just the dull finality of proof. I left the folder on the kitchen counter, titled it Emotional Needs. When she came home, she saw it instantly. Her hands trembled before she even opened it. She read, in silence, her breath quickening, her face losing color with every photo. You followed me?" her voice cracked. I nodded, calmly, almost kindly. "It's not what you think," she said. Of course it wasn't. It never is. She reached out, as if touch could erase what she'd done. I stepped back. Her eyes filled, not with remorse, but with fear. Fear of losing control. Because for the first time, I wasn't reacting. I wasn't angry. I was free. The next morning, she woke up alone. The house was hollow, stripped of sound and scent. My clothes gone, my things erased, my existence a ghost. On the bed, I'd left one note. You had emotional needs. I moved cities, changed numbers, disappeared completely. She tried to find me for months, messages, calls, emails, letters sent to places I'd never lived. Until, one day, she did. A year later, outside a quiet cafe near the coast. She saw me sitting there, calm, unreadable. She froze, then came closer, trembling. "Why did you leave like that?" she whispered. "We could have fixed it." I looked at her, the woman who had broken me piece by piece, and said the only truth that mattered. 7 words. Soft, controlled, deadly. "You don't fix what you buried alive." Her expression collapsed. Tears didn't come. They were too heavy to fall. She reached out again, desperate. But I was already gone. Not walking away, ascending from the ruins she created. Sometimes I think about that night, the trembling voice on the phone, the fear, the emptiness. She said she had emotional needs, but what she really needed was someone to blame when the mirror turned on her. Now she lives with silence, the same kind I once endured, the kind that eats through memory like acid. I don't hate her. Hatred still connects you to the person who broke you. I simply don't care anymore. When you've seen the truth stripped of its disguise, love becomes a corpse you no longer mourn. And all that's left is peace. A cold, perfect peace.